Hello everyone, my name is Hamdan. I hope you are doing well today. In this session, I like to share with you important topic, transforming life through education, a pathway to global sustainability. Education is something we often connect with grades, exams, and achievement, but actually, it is far more than that. Education is the process that shapes our mindset, our value, and our action. It influences how we treat one another, how we care for our environment, and how we prepare for the future. So why do we need connect education with global sustainability? Because the challenge we face today, climate change, inequality, poverty, and environmental degradation, are not problems that can be solved by technology alone. They require awareness, responsibility, and innovation from human beings. And all of this starts with education. Now, let's look at one of the critical issues around the world, and especially in countries like Indonesia. Education still struggle to fully integrate sustainability value into curriculum. What do I mean by sustainability value? These include environmental literacy, understanding how ecosystem work and why we must protect them. They also include social responsibility, realizing that fairness, equity, and inclusivity matter in society. And finally, ethical decision making, choosing action not only because they benefit us, but because they are good for people and planet. The problem is many schools still prioritize academic performance above all else. Students study maths, science, history, and language, but often with very little discussion about how these subjects connect to real-world sustainability challenges. For instance, students may learn chemistry formula, but not how chemistry lead to pollution or renewable energy. They may learn about economic, but not how economic growth can be balanced with environmental protection. As a result, students may graduate with high academic score, yet remain unaware of how their choice, like the product they're buying, the energy they use, or the way they treat others, affect the future of planet. This gap between education and sustainability is a serious issue. Without addressing it, we risk raising a generation that academically skilled but socially and environmentally disconnect. So what can we do with what can we do to solve this issue? Let's look at the several solutions. First is curriculum integration. Sustainability must be embedded across subjects, not treated as an extra topic. For example, in science, students could explore renewable energy and climate change solutions. In social study, they could examine social justice and equality. In art and literature, they could create campaign or story that promote environmental awareness. By doing this, sustainability becomes part of everyday learning, not a separate subject. The second, project-based learning. Education should go beyond textbook and exam. Imagine if students were tasked for design solution for real community problem, like building a recycle system at their school, planting urban garden, or organizing clean water projects. This hand-on experience not only teaches critical thinking but also builds empathy and teamwork. When students see the direct impact of the project, they feel empowered to make a difference. The third, empowering teacher. Teachers are the bridge between knowledge and student. But if teachers themselves are not trained to teach sustainability, the integration will fail. That's why teacher training is crucial. Educator need workshop, resource and support system to confidently guide student. In Indonesia, for intense training teacher to include local issues such as waste management or deforestation could make learning more meaningful and relevant. Fourth, collaboration with community. Education do not happen only in School can be partnered with local community, NGOs, and government to bring sustainability into practice. For example, a school could partner with a local environmental group to run a tree planting program. University could collaborate with business to develop sustainability product or technology. This kind of partnership ensures that students are not only learning the theories but also seeing how sustainability work in the real world. The fifth solution is the role of technology and innovation. In today's digital age, we can use online platform, apps, and simulation to teach sustainability in creative ways. Virtual reality, for example, can show student what rising sea level look like. Apps can track student carbon footprint and encourage greener choice. This tool makes sustainability more interactive and engaging. Friends, when we think about education, we must remember that we are shaping the future. If we continue with curriculum that ignores sustainability, we are preparing students for a world that may not survive their lifetime. But if we transform education, if we teach sustainability part of knowledge, skill, and values, we are building a generation that can solve global challenges with wisdom and compassion. So let's move beyond grades and exam. Let's encourage school, university, and community to embed sustainability into every lesson and every action. Because education is not just about personal success, it is about collective survival and progress. In short, education has the power of to transform life, and together it can become strongest pathway to global sustainability. Thank you for listening, and I hope this inspires to see education not only a tool for learning, but as a process for building a better world. See you next time.